Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring Sword of Honor, Ronin. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this solo RPG, where you play as a masterless warrior, fighting for honor, justice and vengeance, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about combat, adversaries, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this solo role-playing game. Let's start with combat. Combat takes place when your Ronin encounters and fights characters generated by the enemies, demon, animal, and boss encounter tables. Combat is resolved by alternating and rolling 1d6 during the attack and defense. You write down the enemy's name, level, life, that is the unfilled circles on the character sheet, and under the encounters section. After you defeat the enemy, you write the loot that you won, if applicable, on the loot box. Your Ronin attacks first. Roll 1d6. Add to the roll the character's level, any attack modifiers related to mastery, weapons, equipment, and such. The final result is your attack total or hits. Apply the number of hits to the life of the enemy or enemies by darkening the number of circles corresponding to the attack total. So if you are fighting an enemy of, let's say, level 7, if you score 7, that equals 1 hit. But if you score 14, that equals 2 hits, because 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. Once you have inflicted half of the enemy's life points, reduce the enemy's level by half. Round up in the defender's favor. Now when it comes to defending against enemy attacks, bosses, enemies, demons, and animals attack using 1d6 and adding their level to the d6 roll. You're running defense against attacks by comparing the enemy's attack total to the defense total. You determine your defense total by adding your level and any modifiers, for example related to armor or amulets, and comparing the totals. If your defense total is less or equal to the enemy's attack total, you have defended yourself and do not take any hits. If your defense total is less than the enemy attack total, your Ronin takes 1 hit. Hits are resolved in the following order. You must spend health first. If health is depleted, you must spend virtues. If you have achieved mastery in any of the virtues, you may not subtract hits from it. If both health and unmastered virtues are depleted, your Ronin dies. Bandits, armed peasants, and mamushi snakes may become multiple enemies during one single combat event. You roll 1d6 to determine how many of each you will be facing. Add the total of life circles to the life box in the encounters table in the character sheet. So for example, if you roll 4 in the bandits encounter table, you will fight 4 level 3 bandits. And you only use the level number of one enemy type per encounter. Your attacks are resolved by placing hits on the life circles. Like other single enemies, the level number of multiple enemies, which acts as the defense number when attacked, is halved, when half or less are left. Round uneven numbers in the defender's favor, and you may not use bandages nor rice while engaged in combat. When it comes to disengaging in combat, if you decide to disengage from a fight, that is, your health is running low, there is a powerful enemy, etc., you must do so before your next attack roll. To disengage, roll 1d6. On a roll other than a 6, you may disengage. If you successfully disengage, you must lose 1 honor virtue. If the honor mastery has been achieved, then mastery is lost, and consequently you also lose 1 level. This is the only exception to lose mastery on virtues. If you do not have any honor, then subtract from the courage and so forth. You cannot disengage from the fight with Lord Kira. If combat sounds slightly confusing, it is actually quite simple, and there are some bullet points here to help you remember some of the important points concerning combat. Now, when it comes to winning and ending the game, you need to find and kill Lord Kira. You can gain and achieve mastery of all of your virtues and become an enlightened Zen monk, retreating to a hermetic life in the forests and mountains. Or maybe you become enlightened and you also destroy Lord Kira. You lose the game if your Ronin dies. or if you reach the 30th day cycle without finding and killing Lord Kira or becoming enlightened. You also lose if you roll 3 consecutive d6s while exploring the underworld, that is 3 6s. Enemy rolls do not count for this. There is a game variation here. You can disregard the 30-day cycle and continue to play until you like. Additionally, you can set a different goal to first regaining mastery in all virtues before attempting to locate and kill Lord Kira. Upon reaching the end of the road, having completed at least 8 turn cycles and mastered honor, you may opt to fight Lord Kira. When it comes to the adversaries, I am going to keep things spoiler-free. I will just give you a few details. There are demonic enemies such as the Oni or the Buru. There are enemies that are more on the human side, such as Ninja, Dishonorable Ronin, Wandering Madmen. There are animals such as boars or bears. You also have bosses, such as the Swordmaster, the Yokai, the legendary Samurai, or Lord Kira himself. And this concludes this review. So what do I think of Sword of Honor Ronin? I think this is an excellent solo role-playing game, but I think you should play it sparingly, perhaps once or twice a week. Or you could play it daily, just playing it for a short time every day, because I think there could be burnout, or things could feel a bit repetitive. Because although there are variations to the different encounters, the map that is being formed, anything that happens concerning details within your particular game or campaign, if you play it enough times, the encounters could feel a bit the same. And added to this is the storyline where you need to avenge your lord and you need to fight Lord Kira. So the experience will definitely feel a bit deja vu if you play it too much. But if you play it, as I said, once or twice a week or a little bit every day, then you are going to get a simple but rich experience with easy to understand mechanics and many surprises. So overall, my highest recommendation for Sword of Honor Ronin, as long as you play it without burning yourself out. Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.